Joining me today, the great Tommy Fury. Tommy, we are a few days away now from this fight. First off, you can guarantee us it's happening, right?
Yeah, no, fight's just around the corner. Feeling great. The best camp I've ever had in my life. The best sparring. I've sparred hundreds of rounds for this, and I am ready to go.
So, talk to me about Jake in general. It seems like there really is bad blood between you guys.
Not on my half. I mean, you've got an idiot halfway across the pond spouting nonsense, and you've just got a professional athlete here waiting to do his job in the ring. There's no bad blood here because there's nothing he's said or done that's got to me. He's just another guy, just talking some shit. That's it. But it all ends on February 26th. From my perspective, he's another journeyman. He's going to get knocked clean out, and I'm going to go 9-0. I'm going to go 10-0, 11-0, 12-0. And he's going to be nowhere. Back to YouTube.
By the way, what do you do after you fight Jake? Like, what's the next fight for you?
Once we get past February 26th, then we can come to that. But until then, February 26th is my sole focus. And whatever comes afterwards, I'm sure, me and my dad and my whole team can sit down and we'll decide which avenue is best to go down.
Would you ever think about maybe doing Paul Bamba again, considering how that whole situation went?
Paul Bamba is the biggest house I've ever seen in my entire life. I took my shirt off at the pre-weigh-in and he didn't want to know. Started going on about, I've missed weight. Fool. Paul Bamba had his opportunity. Paul Bamba will never get another. Let him continue to do whatever he's doing. He's a personal trainer and hopefully he can make just as much money as he was going to get to fight me, but we'll see.
So in terms of Jake, he keeps talking about how you're going to have to change your surname after this fight. You wouldn't do that, right? That's not like an official bet that's being made.
I just want to say one thing. You're talking to a professional athlete here, and all them questions, all that changing. I'm here for a fight. There's no name change. There's no nothing. Like all that YouTuber you've heard him bets he's made with other guys in the past. They're all idiots. YouTubers, not serious fighters. I'm a serious fighter, and I only do fighting. I don't do name changes. I don't do anything. So that's that.
And it's kind of a weird thing to ask, like to try to make this a bigger thing than it is. It's already a huge fight. It's already a multi-million-pound fight. To want to do some other bet on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not interested in all that. I'm here to train, eat, sleep, train, repeat, and then on the 26th, get in there and knock a guy out. Everything else, it doesn't matter to me. There's not one thing that matters in this world to me other than knocking Jake Paul out. I've been training for the past, few months to do this. And I'm happy it's all over, and I just wish I could fight this weekend. I'm so ready to go, relaxed, calm. There's nothing more to say. We're around the corner from the fight, and everyone's going to be in for a great night as long as it lasts.
You mentioned there about having the greatest camp of your life, and I know that's kind of a cliche in boxing, right? Oh, it was the best camp ever, but it actually was, because you will never forget what happened during this camp in terms of your personal life. Congratulations.
Yeah, no, definitely, 100%. Thank you very much. And at the end of the day, it was the best camp ever for that reason as well. Obviously, Molly gave birth to our beautiful baby daughter, which is, a blessing. It's a dream come true. But, just talking about the boxing gym, the stuff that's happened, inside the gym. I've never had as much sparring, quality sparring, rounds after rounds, fresh guys jumping in and out. Everything's gone to the letter. I'm in the best physical condition I've ever could have been. The road work, the strength conditioning, the sparring, whatever, you name it. I've even got George Lockhart downstairs, cooks for Conor McGregor, cooks for Tyson, he's the best in the world at what he does. So I've cut no corners, I've took everything very seriously. And everything's done now. When you've left no stone unturned, you're very confident in what you do, and that's exactly what I am, confident on the 26th.
In a fighting sense, how does fatherhood change you? In terms of like the motivation that you have now for the fight game must be completely different than it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a beautiful thing, and everything that I do in my life now will be for her. Not to spoil her or buy her unnecessary things or anything like that, but just to make sure she has a great life and she never has to struggle and stuff like that. Everything's for her now, so it just makes me a more dangerous fighter, every single aspect, because obviously now it's not just me I'm fighting for her. So, everything in my game has been raised.
And the whole like rigmarole around this thing, the press conferences, the craziness, is there a part of you that kind of likes, like when you were fighting early in your career, the people were kind of quiet, it was like you're building your fights up with journeyman, but someone like an Anthony Taylor or a Jake Paul, these guys kind of bring you out of your shell a little bit and kind of help to push the fight, don't they?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. You know, Jake Paul's a great salesman, PR man, whatever you want to call him, and it takes two to tango at the end of the day. This is a big event, and it's not just a massive event because of Jake Paul. It's not just a massive event because of me. It's a massive event because of both of us. You know, at the end of the day, it's been a great back and forth. I don't think the fight needs hyping at all because it's had 2.5, 3 years of hype. I believe this is the biggest fight out there right now that everybody wants to see. So I think we've done our job properly.
I heard Khabib Nurmagomedov talk about going to the Middle East to fight and saying that he prefers a month, maybe 3 weeks. Is 10 days enough time to give yourself before the fight, or 9 days before the weigh-in even?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't need to go out there months and months in advance because there's just no need. It's actually not that big of a difference. Where if I was going to fight somewhere like Las Vegas or something like that, where it's a very big time zone, then fair enough. But I believe Saudi is only 3 hours in front, so it's not a big deal at all. And obviously, I fought previously in Dubai to test the waters, and I felt absolutely amazing with the time zone, with the adaptation, with everything. So I believe 10 days is more than enough.
Everyone made fun of me when I said you were never going to fight Tyron Woodley, in the sense that, like, the report came out, oh, there's talks. There was never really any serious talks, were there?
Between me and Tyron Woodley?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to fight Jake Paul's, leftover trash. I'm not a guy who's trying to knock out 40-odd-year-old midget MMA fighters to, make a living off. At the end of the day, Tyron Woodley was a great UFC champion, whatever he was, but we're in the sport of boxing, and MMA and boxing, it might as well be tennis and golf. It's two completely different sports. But yeah, no, I'm interested in fighting proper boxers. Apart from the exception of this, because it's been building and building, and that's it.
Do you get frustrated when people kind of, like, the narrative going into this is like, is Tommy going to show up? Like, the people believe that, like, obviously those two situations, the flight and the injury, there's nothing you could really do about those, right? But there is a belief out there that, like, oh, Tommy was ducking, or Tommy whatever. That must frustrate you.
Not really, because at the end of the day, if I thought what people cared about me, I probably would have never been in this position in the first place. I don't care what anybody thinks about me, as long as God knows I'm doing good. My family, my missus, and now my baby. They're the only opinions that I care about. At the end of the day, everyone's going to have an opinion. So at the end of the day, let them think what they're going to think. I will be there bright and early in Saudi Arabia, ready for this. There is no worries of me not showing up to this fight. The two previous fights that didn't go ahead, obviously completely out of my hands, had nothing to do with me. What happened is what happened. But I am fit, I am in condition, I'm here, I'm ready, and I'll be in Saudi. Don't worry about that.
Back to real boxing, no KSI after this, right?
We'll talk. We'll get past February 26th, and then we'll look at the options out there.
What is the official Tommy Fury prediction for this fight?
My prediction, as I said, I know Jake Paul seemed to copy it a few weeks ago, but I always said this fight wouldn't go any more than 4 rounds. If it's done in 1 round, I won't be surprised. Anytime I land clean on this man, it will be over.
I hear you've got a live show going now, so I will leave you on one last one. If Jake were watching this, what is the final message to Jake Paul from Tommy Fury?
I'll see you on February 26th.
Tommy, thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to seeing you in Saudi.
Cheers, mate.